Hello, friends. Welcome back again on the Consistency in Silence YouTube channel. So, in the previous class, we have studied the continental drift theory by Alfred Wegener. We have covered the whole topic in the format of a mains question, 15 marker, 250 words. Hope so. You have written the answer after the whole discussion. In today's class, we will be discussing two more theories and then we will jump to the interior of Earth. So without any further ado, let's start our session. Convectional current theory. So in the previous class, we have seen some of the criticism of the Alfred Wegener's theory. One of the criticism is Alfred Wegener can't able to define the forces which are responsible for the shifting and drifting of continents. So this theory will summarizes and is more focused upon the reason behind the rifting and drifting of continents. It is given by Arthur Holmes. He states that in the interior of Earth, we have high temperature and we have molten material. Because of these two things, we have something known as क्या है convectional currents. These are nothing but the rising of magma because of the presence of molten material as well as high temperature. So at some places magma is converging and rising in the form of convectional currents, and at other places it is going down and as well as diverging. So you can make this diagram in your copy. This is a plate, or for now it is a slab, but after we have covered the plate tectonics theory, you will come to understand what is a plate. So this is a slab kind of, and this is the interior of Earth. In the interior of Earth, we have certain kind of magma. In this particular thing, I am showing the rising limbs of the magma. So this is making a whole cell. Understood? That's why convectional current. Convection किस वजह से? High temperature and molten material. So you see, these are the rising limbs and these is the formation of a loop. At the top point here, these are diverging in nature. It means it will force this slab, this plate to diverge. So crack will be developed and these plates will diverge. So for now, we have to understand this only. In the plate tectonics theory, we will cover a more nuanced approach regarding this particular theory. The next theory is the seafloor spreading. See, before the World War I, there is not that much curiosity as to see or experience what is beneath this huge mass of oceans. But during the World War I, having or experiencing some of the war tactics, that how to go underwater, how to take advantage in the below the water, तो ये जो सबमरीन्स का कॉन्सेप्ट था, इसने इन्वोक की क्यूरियोसिटी that what is beneath the water, because the previous conception is that these oceans are plain. So they are at the depth of the ocean, the ground is very plain in nature. But during the World War I, as both the parties are using the war tactics, so via satellites, they started to map these large masses of ocean. Hence, they find out that oceans are not plain in nature. So they found out some of the observations that what are going beneath the large mass of water. So this theory is given by Harry Hess during the or after the World War One. There are some of the observations made by the Harry Hess. The first of all, the ocean bottom is not flat but has some features like mid-oceanic ridges as well as trenches. Second observation is along the mid-oceanic ridges we experience the volcanic activities as well as at the trenches we will experience the earthquake like activities. The third observation is Harry has found out that the ocean crust is thin in nature and is not very old. So these are the three observations that have been underlined by the Harry Hess. Now what is the theory that has been developed by Harry Hess? See, it has given more nuanced approach than the previous two theories. By the continental drift theory, it invokes a curiosity that how rifting and drifting of continents is happening. Or is there at all the rifting and drifting of continents? So yes, there is the rifting and drifting of continents. The second of all, the forces behind the rifting and drifting has been explained by the convectional current theory. Now the C4 spreading theory will talk about how the new continent or oceanic crust formation is happening. So in this particular theory, you can draw this example, not example, diagram. So as you can see, this is the continental crust, this is the oceanic crust. This is the subsidence of oceanic crust. Now on the observation, Harry Hess will try to build up his theory. Along the mid-oceanic ridges, so this is the first of all the mid-oceanic ridges, we have the convectional current here. So here we have the convectional current. कैसे convectional current बनाते हैं, how to draw a specific convectional current, we will study in the plate tectonics theory. उसके बाद आपको पता चलेगा you have to draw the rising limbs or the downward going limbs. So this is the rising limbs and there is a divergence at the upper margin. Hence we will have some outburst of magma here on the both side of the boundary. So now we have the forces for rifting and drifting. As this is a diverging plate, so here is a mid-oceanic ridge, the formation of mid-oceanic ridge. Along the mid-oceanic ridge there is a molten lava or magma coming out of it. It means we will experience volcanic activities along mid-oceanic ridges. One more thing Harry has experienced, that along the mid-oceanic ridges the oceanic floor is expanding. It means new material has been coming out, forming ridges along both the sides of the margin. उन्हीं को हमने बोल दिया mid-oceanic ridges. भाई मान लीजिए ये है बड़ी चीज, दिख रहा है आपको, ये पूरी एक बड़ी प्लेट है. यहां से this is the diverging boundary and hence magma is coming out, and if magma is coming out, hot magma is coming out, it will diverge on both of the sides of the plate. Hence it will form a small mountain like structure that is called ridges on both the sides. but because the surrounding temperature is much cooler, it will get solidified there. So these are known as mid-oceanic ridges. Understood? So along the mid-oceanic ridges, the 3D diagram is this and the 2D is this. Along the mid-oceanic ridges, we will find some volcanic activities you can see here. As these ridges get solidified, they will undergo the process of erosion and weathering, and hence after that we will have a new oceanic crust. This will signify that oceanic crust are much younger than the continental crust, because there is a formation of the oceanic crust happening along the mid-oceanic ridges. It means along the mid-oceanic ridges, oceans are expanding, as we can see in the Atlantic Ocean. So at the middle of the S-shaped Atlantic Ocean, you will find, if you see in your atlases, you will find a mid-oceanic ridge, क्योंकि वो प्लेट बाउंड्री है, वहाँ से पूरा लावा बाहर आ रहा है, forming the mid-oceanic ridge, and hence Atlantic Ocean is expanding. So this was regarding the mid-oceanic ridges. But Harry has witnessed along the boundaries of continent and ocean, or along the trenches, we will find the earthquake. We will witness the earthquake-like activities. So hence Harry has connected this portion to this portion. Now Harry has said in his theory that okay, we have the formation of new oceanic crust over here along the mid-oceanic ridges, but at a different place this oceanic crust should get subsumed. नहीं तो दिक्कत क्या होगी, नहीं तो पूरा अर्थ ही बड़ा होता चले जाएगा. कहीं से आप कुछ बना रहे हो बट वो कहीं और कुछ ख़त्म नहीं हो रहा, सो ये तो दिक्कत हो जाएगी. कॉमन सेंस से भी हमारी कहीं दिक्कत हो जाएगी. सो दिस हैरी हैज़ इंक्लूडेड इन थ्योरी दैट अलोंग द ट्रेंचेस the older oceanic crust is getting subsumed, and as there is a subduction of this oceanic plate along the trenches, it is giving to the phenomena of earthquake. So this was the theory of seafloor spreading theory. 2 to 3 points regarding the prelim point of view. The first of all, statement ऐसी बन जाएगी prelims में, the new oceanic crust will be found out at the ocean continent margins. This is true or false? It is incorrect statement. Why? I have told you along the mid-oceanic ridges we will find the new oceanic crust. Sorry for the disturbance, my alarm goes off. So along the mid-oceanic ridges we are having the new oceanic crust formation, but after that there is still magma coming out. So the previous, where is black pen, the previous ridges that have been weathered and eroded, वो कहाँ जाएंगी, पीछे सरक जाएंगी थोड़ी सी, and comparatively new oceanic crust will get formed along the mid-oceanic ridges. So we will have the older oceanic crust along the margins of continent or ocean, and along the mid-oceanic ridge we have the newest oceanic crust. So this was the whole theory of seafloor spreading theory, that along the mid-oceanic ridges we will witness the volcanic activities. Why? Because of the convectional current, magma is coming out, it is getting solidified, getting eroded, weathered, and hence forming the new oceanic crust. Along the trenches, the oceanic crust is getting subsumed, is getting destroyed, and hence we have the activities like earthquake over there. So this was the seafloor spreading theory. Now let us jump to the interior of Earth. Diagrams are very much important in the geography section, and in the mains it will fetch you more marks. Interior of Earth. So this is the older view. Then older view will get refined over time as our theory of continental drift get refined. So this is the older view. What is the older view? That same as Alfred Wegener. Seal will float over Sima and the densest material is knife. This is Sima and Seal will float over that. So this was the older view of the interior of the Earth. The Earth has been divided into concentric circles. The uppermost layer is comprising of granite rocks, which is our continental crust. It is made up of Sial, silicon and aluminum. Sial is floating on the Sima, which is basaltic in nature, that is oceanic crust. Silicon and magnesium are its constituents. The densest layer is the knife layer or the core of the Earth. और ये 3 लेयर कौन सी बताई मैंने? Crust, mantle and core. The core of the Earth is the densest layer and it is made up of knife, the heavier materials, nickel and iron. So this was the older view. Now we have some direct sources as well as indirect sources. These direct and indirect sources are studied thoroughly as to find out what is inside our Earth, what our interior of Earth looks like. So today we will be discussing direct sources and the indirect sources part, meteor and temperature and pressure only. In the next session we will cover the seismic waves. So first of all we have to jump to direct sources. Two are there, digging hole and volcanoes. So एक तो जैसे मैंने आपको ये बताया, आपके दिमाग में या आपके मुंह पे एक हंसी छूट गई होगी कि बाय डिगिंग होल वी कैन फाइंड आउट द इंटीरियर ऑफ द अर्थ, क्योंकि दिस इज़ क्वाइट इम्पॉसिबल इन नेचर. आपको पता नहीं है फिर भी आपको मतलब आपने पूरी ज्योग्राफी अगर पढ़ी नहीं होगी देन ऑल्सो यू कैन एबल टू रिलेट दैट इट इज़ वेरी डिफिकल्ट प्रोसेस. अगर इतना ही आसान होता सो अभी तक वी हैव फाइंड आउट द व्हाट इज़ द इंटीरियर ऑफ अर्थ बाय डिगिंग अ होल. सो मैक्सिमम डेप्थ अप टू which a man has dug up a hole is 12 किलोमीटर in oceans and 3 किलोमीटर on continents. और जो एक डीपेस्ट गोल्ड माइन है साउथ अफ्रीका में, वो कुछ आपके कोई भी दूसरे एग्जाम्स में आ गया क्या पता, ऐसे पोंग मैंग करके है, दिस इज इन साउथ अफ्रीका. एक बार देख लेना, गोल्ड माइन है ये. सो दिस इज़ द डीपेस्ट पॉइंट ऑन द कॉन्टिनेंट्स. और ये तो हमको पता ही है, चैलेंजर्स, डीप, मैरियाना. Then volcanoes. So up till only 12 kilometer and 3 kilometer we are able to go up to this depth, and we haven't found some evidences as to what constitutes the interior of the earth. The second is volcanoes. Now yes, volcanoes can give us some of the information because the interior of earth will throw out the magma up till the surface, up till the crust, as we have seen in the seafloor spreading theory. So yes, but most volcanoes come from the depth of only 200 kilometer, that is from asthenosphere. So दिक्कत क्या है? सही तो है 200 किलोमीटर, भाई कितना और नीचे जाओगे? The radius of the earth is more than 6000 किलोमीटर. और ये मैं क्या बता रहा हूँ? Radius. The radius of the earth is more than 6000 kilometer. And we have the study or information by volcanoes up to depth of 200 kilometer. See the difference. So thus these direct sources are not that much relevant with our exam point of view. But if there is a mains question that how we have found out or how our theories has refined over the years about the interior of the earth, then we have to give the older view, some of the direct and indirect sources, and last of all the seismic wave theory and the present condition of the interior of the earth. So now from indirect sources, now from meteors we can do two things. First of all, to study the meteorite that have been hit the earth, we will find out its constituents and its interior, जो कि आसान है, इतना सा होगा meteor, इतना सा होगा, so we can easily dug up a hole in it, and hence we have found out that yes, the interior of our earth is dense than the exterior layers. So this was made sure by the studying of the meteors. Next is the temperature and pressure. Now we have studied the temperature and pressure. भाई थोड़ा तो डीप हम जा ही सकते हैं, तो हम डीप गए और हमारे पास बहुत सारी डिवाइसेस भी हैं जिससे हमने पता लगाया कि व्हाट इज़ देयर इनसाइड आवर अर्थ. So up to this 200 kilometer there is a astronosphere. So yes, we were able to find out by the temperature and pressure analysis. We find out that the temperature and pressure will rise whenever we start to go towards the interior of the earth, because of the radioactive materials at the upper surface. The temperature will rise rapidly, but the pressure will not the pressure can't keep up with the temperature. So thus we have jelly like structure. Which layer I am talking about? The asthenosphere. So this asthenosphere, it is a jelly like layer. It is not liquid in nature, it is jelly like structure. And why this jelly like structure has been imparted to the asthenosphere? Because of the presence of radioactive materials in the crust, and hence our temperature will rise up or increase rapidly, but pressure can't keep up with the temperature. So thus we will have the jelly like structure, that is asthenosphere. But going more towards the interior of the earth, now the temperature and pressure will rise in the tune, and hence again we have the solid mantle. Understood? So this was whole of the theory about the indirect sources. In the next class we will be covering seismic waves and what it constitutes or what it gives us the information about the interior of the earth, and then we will jump to the modern view of the interior of earth. So this was today's class. Seismic waves theory is quite a elaborate topic, that's why we will be covering into our next session. We will have a small classes, क्योंकि थोड़ा enjoyment बनी रहती है, आप जल्दी से classes देख लेते हो, so सही लगता है छोटी classes में. So till now, if your concepts are getting cleared, please like this video, share it with your friends and subscribe to our YouTube channel. तब तक के लिए goodbye, जय हिंद.